Hello, YouTuber, woobers. This trying to do the Vanessa West. Here it is. So this here is a computer fan for cooling a CPU in the side of a tower. Those of you who are using towers that are laptops. But I am going to use it for something different because that's the kind of guy I am. So, whoops. What have you been drinking today? Over here, if you see, down there. See that cooler? I've been using to store my vegetables and sometimes my mushrooms, but the mushrooms need to be about 34 degrees. Doesn't work in there. I can't really get the temperature below 61 even though I fill it with ice. Um, so even though it's one of these super story thingies, I mean, that's the one I'm getting out of it. I think if you're using it to keep your beer cold, it'd be working great. So what I'm going to do is instead of buying one, I'm going to build my own thermal electric. For some reason, my camera's off center. How weird. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to take this computer fan, which it would have been nice when I opened the box if it told me that this stuff is sticky. So I put them on my desk like this, and then I end up with two squares, gooey squares, because I have another one. I have two. And I should take back the video of it in a bit. I always see I'm prepared. Oopsie daisy. Alright, so I got two of these. And I thought I ordered a power supply. But I guess I didn't because I'm checking Amazon. I didn't. Which I could have picked one when I was up in town today, in the city. But I didn't know any better, and I'm not driving back. So, um, essentially what it is these things go like this, but in between that space there is a piezoelectric, one of these, which is a semiconductor. And if you want to know what's in it, you can always research it. But basically, it's a solid state device, semiconductor device that one side, when you apply voltage to the wires, one side is hot and the other side is cold. So it's used to cool um, CPUs. Is what it was primarily developed for. But you can also do, there's a lot of uses for this. You can also make, those, which is what I'm making. You can buy a cooler that you can plug into your cigarette lighter and keep things cold in your truck or your car or your jacuzzi or whatever. And you supposedly also be able to take this and like put it on like a wood stove and it would generate some electricity. Whether it's enough, it's a gray area. You really have to be careful about it burning out. So basically you're going to coop it up with a heatsink compound on both sides, and then you're going to stick it between these two fans, and then you're going to bolt the two fans together, and then you're going to apply a voltage to this, and you're going to apply a voltage to these, and create, it's going to blow cold air out one side, hot air out the other. And then I'm going to cut a square hole into that thing and hopefully produce power. The downside is that I was quite sure that I ordered a power supply, and I apparently did not, because I am funky that way sometimes, which means I cannot put it all together today, which is kind of a bummer because I was really looking forward to just that. And I'll work on another project today. But yeah, If you look up those coolers, that's essentially what it is. It's one of these. And they do have a tendency to burn out. Power supply, 12-volt power supply, it should be at least a 300-watt power supply, maybe a little more. Which was curious because I tried to replace my power supply in my computer, my Acer computer, at one time to upgrade it to a larger wattage, and it wouldn't fit. The cables wouldn't fit, and I couldn't figure out why, and Staples couldn't tell me why. But while I was searching for a power supply for this project, I found out about this. This is an adapter for the Acer so that you could run a standard power supply that costs about $30 instead of buying the one that costs $90 from Acer to install into your computer. This is $6. And I didn't find out about this until I just tripped over it because I'm cool that way. So this is part one of the cooler for the cooler project, part one. Ta-ta!